A pleasant good afternoon to everyone. Blessings on everyone this afternoon. Today is the 25th day in the month of April, Sunday, and the time is just about 12 minutes before the hour of 5 p.m. I am Umar Muhammed, otherwise known as Calypsonian Disciple. This afternoon, I want to talk about originality. Originality. And originality is very, very important. Religion today has strayed away from originality. Religion today has disappointed the world. Religion today is a disappointment when it should be a fulfillment. Originality is the beginning of something. Originality is the pristine or the ancient purity, the pristine purity of all what was prophesied of the scriptures, of the good words, and so on and so on. When we are dealing with originality, it means to say that words are involved. Actions are involved. Now the question is, did the Almighty or the Most High created things so that man will change it to his own likeness? Or did the Almighty or the Most High created things in such a way so that it can maintain its power, its purity, in such a way so that from the beginning, all these times from the beginning, we will be experiencing the true meaning, the true power of the word or words or the action. My people, pronunciation is the power of a word. How you pronounce the word, the originality of the word. Whenever something is original or whatever was created original, we know that we have to go through evolutionary changes. That is, we don't expect things to remain the same, but it will change from one time into a next time, from one generation into another generation. But does that mean to say that the quality of the thing must change also? Yes, it can change for better, but not for a depletion, not to be depleted, not to be weakened, not to be mixed to a point where it loses its quality. And this is why originality is important. This is why pronunciation is important. In the beginning was the word, as the scriptures say, but is that word from the beginning still with us today in its original form? Let's take, for example, the word Jesus. My people, I have gone to the library. I spent some time on the internet. I did my research. And all the research I have gone through, the word Jesus, I know, is not the original word of the man of the Messiah. This word Jesus is not the original name of the Messiah. It is a broken down name. It is a mispronunciation name. It has lost its quality. It's a depleted name. So how did that come about? Man wanted to change things. And as I know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they are not original names of the days of the week. In fact, as far as my research goes, there were 4 days in the week, and then you have different cultures carrying 7 months in the year, celebrating the end of the year at certain times, according. But how it was supposed to happen or to be practiced according to one law, regardless of location, regardless of race or whatever it is, that has lost its quality. In a sense, it was a sort of rebelliousness for man to divert himself or to deviate from one understanding to his own understanding, from the original to his own selfishness. So therefore, let us ask the question before we go into the Jesus thing, before we continue with the Jesus thing. You pick up the Bible, as I said before, you pick up the Bible, right? When you open the Bible, the Holy Bible, okay, containing the Old and the New Testament, authorized King James Version, authorized King James Version. The question is, who authorized King James to give his version so that almost the entire world is following his version? Is King James's version an original version? How far does his version stray from the original, from originality? What kind of person was King James? What's his character? What's his biography? Who was his mother, father? Where was he grown up? What's his character? What's his occupation as a king? There are so many questions to ask. But no, the devout Christian will pass that straight and start to read and believe in everything that the version says, that King James Version says. Now, I am not saying that King James Version is 100% wrong, neither am I saying that his version is 100% right. I know there are mistakes. I know that the English language in which King James translates from the original to the English language, it cannot be 100% correct because there are certain parts of the translation that cannot deal with the English language. So therefore, King James within his version had to put what he thinks can be compared with the original language. His comparison to the original language. And King James wasn't there. How much could King James understand the original language? What kind of linguistic person was he? How versed was he in the different languages? Now remember, as my research goes, that the name Jesus only came into existence just about 400 years ago. And the person whom we call Jesus left this earth thousands of years ago. So then, the language was broken down like a step from one step to a next step until it came down right down. How authentic is that language? Is it now in comparison to the original language? Because Jesus didn't speak English. The scriptures before wasn't in English. What was revealed unto the original people in this world, if you want to say Adam and Eve, it wasn't in English. So, how can we be certain That King James, who was not there, who was not born in this time, and all the journey the language has taken from its originality, how can we be certain today that this is exactly what was revealed, what was created? And if it is not exact, where is it leading us astray for us to understand it according to King James's version? So the word Jesus was not there. The world goes on with this Jesus, 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 Jesus. And the world is insulting the Messiah. The world is giving the Messiah a nickname. The world is calling the Messiah by a name that wasn't his name. So therefore, why is it that the world continues to be shouting Jesus, 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 Jesus? When, according to the language that the Messiah spoke, his name was Yeshua. The next big question is why, if Christians or religions say that in order to have eternal life, in order for them not to perish, they must believe. Believe in what? Believe in King James's version or believe in the original version? Is it the Bible say or is it God say? You know, some people, the Bible say, the Bible say. That is what the Bible says. But is it God? Did it actually maintain its quality from originality so that you can say without a doubt the Bible says? And we continue to shout the word Jesus. I have never heard or seen a pastor on stage shouting, Yeshua, Yeshua, Yeshua. Everybody wants to go with the flow. Everybody wants to go with the misconception. When they themselves have read in the Bible, from whence ye come, ye shall return. Are we returning to originality? Or are we going forward with misconceptions? Are we going forward with the way of the system? The system of the beast. And then some of us singing Bring Back the Old Time Days. But bring back the old time days from when? From 80 years ago or from its original time? So people today are practicing tradition. They are not practicing originality. They are traditionists. They believe in what their mother and father say. They believe in what a slave master say. They believe in what a politician say. And it's hypocrisy. So many people have put their hand on this book and swear, politicians and what have you. So help me God. Even the word God is not original. And that is why, my people, the world today is suffering. Is suffering. People are perishing. If you believe you will not perish, but people are perishing. People are perishing. And perishing for what? The world today is suffering because people have strayed away from originality. They are going with the crowd. They are following the leader blindly. No wonder why the world is suffering today. No wonder why the churches have to put burglar proofing, because they have strayed away from its originality. Pronunciation is so important that if you pronounce a word wrong, it could lead you into a different direction where there is evil. where there is misconception, where there is misunderstanding. So my people, the word Jesus is not the original word. I know many people know it. But then, people have a kind of way, well, if I make a change, what will my pastor say? What will the congregation say? What will my mother, brother, father say? What will the community say? But then when you go for judgment, it's not what they say, it's what you say. It's what is coming from your heart, from your soul. So my people, the pastor is not original. Many people today are not original. Look at the pastor, how he dresses in front of you. Tuxedo, jacket, tie, shirt, vest, pants, whole suit, shoes. You put it all together, it may cost over $3,000 or $5,000. So the pastor is not original. The pastor is exalted himself in his attire. When the pastor preaching about Jesus, who always looks humble in his attire, in his gown. The pastor is preaching about God, but he is wearing clothes that the average congregation cannot afford. The pastor is not humble. The pastor says Jesus saves, but who is really saving? He saves. Because after he preaches to you, he goes to the bank. Look at where he lives. Oh yeah, everybody wants to enjoy life. I'm not saying that a preacher must look, but you have to be humble. You have to be humble. It reminds me of the Jehovah Witnesses people that go about, and sometimes you see children amongst them when they go to certain homes, and they want to say, they give your children a mango, a fruit. Please give your children a school going to open, give your children a copybook. But then the man whom we call Jesus, when he was preaching, he shared loaves and fishes to the congregation, to the multitude. Yes, there are religions who do some very beneficial work and, the give their benediction or the blessings to the poor and what have you. But the thing about it is that the world is going down an abyss, a bottomless pit, ABYSS, an abyss, a bottomless pit. It is not going up. Today, more than ever, Christians or religious people should be strong. Look at the pastor how he dresses. Look at the Baptist people how they dress. You must know. Look at the Hindus how they dress for their service, the Muslims. But the Pentecostals and Catholics and so on, every worship is who competing with who, dress up in different ways. You cannot, sometimes you don't know if they're going to church until you see them go into the church. We move from originality because when you're praying, you're supposed to go down and let your head touch the ground at certain times, but it doesn't. Only the Pope does it, and he will not tell you why he does it. Jesus went forward and put his head to the ground. The man whom we call Jesus, it's in the scriptures. Muslims bow down to the ground, Orisha people, Baptist people. But the slave master has put things for you, not wholly and solely, because you have to go down halfway. He said, kneel down. Don't go further than that. And you say, yes, master. Yes, master. So let me read something here for you to show you where Christians, religious people have gone astray. What it says here. John chapter 14 verse 24. John chapter, let me see. John chapter 14, verse, I think it's 12. Yes, John chapter 14, verse 14, verse 12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do. Listen to that good now. Let me read it again for you. John chapter 14, verse 12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and the greater works, and the greater works, and the greater works than these shall he do. Where are the greater works, Mr. Christian? Where are the greater works, Mr. Religious Man? The pastors, the priests? Where are the greater works? The one who shouts out, today's a day of a miracle. The one who carries on Deliverance Temple at the corner of Piccadilly Street and Besson Street. Today is a day of a miracle. The other pastors and priests, this is your time now to prove that you shall do greater works than what the man whom you call Jesus did. This is your time now, so that no government will tell you to stop your congregation. No government will tell you that it's 5 and 10 and you have to go half the capacity. No government. In fact, the government should be admiring you, because why? They don't have to buy any vaccine. Because you are doing greater works than what the man whom you call Jesus did. So they don't have to buy any vaccine, because you are getting rid of the COVID-19. They don't have to buy any vaccine, because you are healing people, you are getting rid of the COVID-19. You should be an asset, Mr. Christianity, Mr. Pastor, Mr. Pentecostal, Jehovah's Witness, Anglican, Catholic. You all should be an asset to the government in this pandemic crisis. No, but you put a tail between a leg and you have to obey. You know why? You don't have the power to do greater works. You are doing lesser works. You have the lesser quality in you because you're following King James. Because you're preaching things which you have no right to preach. Because you're taking a false name and calling the Messiah Jesus. There are many who will say, God, God. You know we go already. And say they cast out devils in my name. Well, this is time to cast out devil. The biggest devil in this world today is the COVID-19. Killing millions of people. Mr. Christianity, Mr. Pastor, can you do greater works than the Messiah? And you have no shame. You're still preaching about Jesus, Jesus? Maybe that is why you cannot do greater works. Because you are mispronunciating. You are encouraging a misconception of the true name of the Messiah. Then you say you are a Christian. Then you say you believe. Then you say your God is alive. Stupidity. Whoever will want to pray to a God that isn't alive? Then you say that people are praying to stone, that people are worshiping stone. So the Creator, now I'm not saying that people should worship stone, but I'm making a reference. So the Creator, who is an energy, the omnipotent energy, the omnipresence energy, will create something dead? My dear Mr. Christian, the stone has life, but it's just not vibrating on the same level of our vibration. But the stone has life. There is nothing that the Creator has created and it is dead. Oh, my God is a living God. So how can a God be dead? Whether it be semi-God, demigod, for ye are gods and children of the Most High. So was Jesus talking to dead people? Even self-worship, is Jesus talking to dead people? What kind of God do you worship when your God has to use a very dangerous and nasty word? When, I don't know, King James said that in his version. Don't worship any other God, you know. I'm a jealous God. So this God, you say, is a jealous God, is here, there, and everywhere. It's an energy, it's the omnipotent energy, the all-powerful energy. And this God created everything to come back and jealous the creation, that this God jealous the creation of its energy. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let us have some common sense. Let us stop looking at the Bible like it was a fable and not a story. This God created everything to come back and jealousy. Everything that is good and bad. Because I'm always saying, if you think that there's a devil, well then God could get rid of the devil. Not for now. People have gone to church. They have prayed. They are good people. They didn't do anything wrong. And when they come out of the church, some bandit kill them and take all the money or take the car and go. What have I done? Lord, Lord, why has thou forsaken me? Please, if it be thy will, let this cup pass away from me. So Christians today are living in fear. Although they are walking through the valleys and the shadows of death. Yea, though I walk through the valleys and the shadows of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff will comfort me. Yea, they are walking through the valleys and shadows of death, and they fear evil, for they have thrown away the rod, they have thrown away the staff, and they're walking with their wallet, they're walking with their bank book, they're walking with money, they're walking with promotion in their head. They are going down to work every day and they are drawing money from people who don't even go to church or is not as even pious as them because they want promotion. They want to survive. The same devil that they preach against is the same devil system that every day they go backward and forward to in order to survive. Then they say, my God is a living God. Then they say that God blessed them. I ain't say they're going to work for anybody. But I'm just showing you. You're preaching against something, and it is that same something which you are preaching against that you have to depend on to survive. And may I ask the question again, what qualifies a person to be authorized to translate? What qualifies a person? Because to translate the scriptures, it's what you call it's a very big, forgetting the word, man. I'm forgetting the word. It's a very, all right, let me use this word. It's a very big authority on you. It's a very big authority on you, on your shoulder. In translating, you have not to make one mistake, because one mistake of the original word can lead people astray. So who authorized you to translate something which was created thousands of years before you were born? Who authorized you? Or may I say millions of years? Who authorized you? What kind of qualification do you have in order to give us the translation in its pristine, its ancient purity? And Christians don't want to know that. They pick up the Bible. Yes, blah, 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 blah. And they don't want to know anything about King James. Or they go and find out about King James, please. He was a slave driver. I even understand that he was a homosexual. No wonder why the world is in this state. They believe in a king and his version. And then they tell you that Jesus is King of Kings. So my people, I am Umar Muhammed. You see this Jesus thing? I don't realize already that if Jesus come today and you say, hey Jesus, you go say no. My name is not Jesus. And I tell you all you, anyone all you, any pastor, any priest, anybody who just read the Bible, go and do your research. Go and understand the different languages. Ask yourself, since Christians will have to believe, why it is that 75% of the world not talking the language in its pristine purity as the man whom we call Jesus did. Why? Why it is they have to be talking a depleted, broken down language that cannot be compared with the original language? Why it is they have to be mispronouncing words to deplete or to weaken the power of the original word? Ask yourself that way. All your pastors go and ask that question. All your hypocrites, all your up and down, plenty all you know the truth, but all you too damn deceptive and deceitful to all yourself. You know why? Alright, I just don't say Jesus, so what you want me to say? A lot of people doing that. Well, it's okay, whatever, and whatever. Have a good day, my people. Khalid disciple. Umar Muhammad. Where's this thing? Khalid disciple. Umar Muhammad. Where have I put this thing? Maybe it's behind here. Oh yes, Khalid disciple Umar Muhammad. Right? Have a good day, have a good rest of the evening. The time is just about, let me see. I'm seeing it's 5:21. Let me see. Yes, 5:21 p.m. Time is going. Have a good evening and have a good night's sleep until whenever.